Covering the Capitol tonight, a state lawmaker wants police across our state to send migrants accused of even minor crimes to sanctuary cities instead of deporting them.
He also wants to make sure all agencies across the state report undocumented migrants to immigration. Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar joining us live from the state capitol to tell us about this bill filed ahead of the legislative session.
Megan Scott, Representative Todd Warner tells me sending undocumented immigrants to a sanctuary city could cost less than deporting them to another country. This, even though the federal government would eventually bear those deportation costs. Undocumented immigrants found in Tennessee could find themselves in another part of the country through the Tennessee Illegal Immigration Act. Under Representative Todd Warner's plan, if ICE doesn't show up in 2 days after a migrant is detained, law enforcement would send that person to a sanctuary city.
It seeks to make Tennessee safer. It seeks to make the federal government, hold their feet to the fire and enforce immigration laws. And it seeks the state to recoup some costs back out of it.
Warner says the way we would pay for this is to withhold money Tennessee generates for the federal government through the gas tax. He plans to add an amendment clarifying this would only impact someone charged with minor offenses. Violent criminals would be subject to the judicial system and deported.
This is for victimless crimes. This is not for someone that has committed a terrible crime.
Critics would argue, how does sending someone who has committed a victimless crime to a sanctuary city make us safer?
Well, I guess that's a good question. If you want to take another chance on them, and maybe the next time the crime is not so minor.
Hannah Smalley, the advocacy education manager at Tennessee Justice for Neighbors, says the bill would separate families.
The mere act of being transported away from your family is damaging.
What about those that commit crimes?
When U.S. citizens commit crimes and we pay a fine or we go to jail, immigrants are also doing that. So to then make this about someone's immigration status, which is totally separate from any kind of crime that they would have committed, is not productive to our community as a whole.
Representative Warner is hoping to make more tweaks to the bill and get bipartisan support. Reporting live in front of the Capitol, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.